Hello, I'm Andrei Radinger, Senior Product Manager in the WCX team managing partner relationships and our integration projects with them. In this session, I'm going to walk you through a deep dive of our integration with VMware Horizon Cloud. First, I'll explain how the two services are integrated and how the VMware users are seamlessly onboarded to new and existing cloud PCs. Next, I'll show you a demo of how simple this is to set up, and finally, what the end user experience looks like. After we successfully completed and launched our Windows 365 integration with Citrix earlier this year, our goal for VMware Horizon integration and the work we're doing with all our partners is to extend the infrastructure and the investments customers made in their on-prem VDI infrastructure. With this new integration to Windows 365, VMware Horizon Cloud customers can now deliver a secure, personalized, high-performance Windows experience while still using the VMware control plane and end-user experience they are accustomed to. What VMware Horizon for Windows 365 offers to new and existing VMware customers is the ability to layer the BLAST protocol on top of the Windows 365 platform without any extra infrastructure or complex setup and management. As I'll show you in a demo, once set up, it is as simple as checking a box next to a user in VMware to enable BLAST on their cloud PC. Windows 365 will automatically install the prerequisites, register VDA into VMware Cloud, and even switch the Windows 365 end-user portal to the VMware Horizon client. End users can see their cloud PCs alongside any other VMware-enabled content, and they'll receive the same optimized, persistent, always-on Windows 365 experience, but this time over the BLAST protocol using the VMware Horizon clients. The integration combines the best of native Windows 365 and VMware's BLAST Extreme protocol to give end users an optimized experience even in low bandwidth or high latency scenarios. VMware also simplifies app delivery and management through app volumes, so users can access all their apps, even on-prem or legacy ones, through their cloud PC. So we are bringing all the benefits of app volumes for app management through this integration as well. So let's start by jumping into high-level architecture. To hold true to our principles of making VMware onboarding and enablement as simple as the rest of the Windows 365, we've worked with VMware to build integrated connectors between the two services. The onboarding process is split into two steps: tenant onboarding and user onboarding. The tenant onboarding is done all through Microsoft Intune, where IT admins will enable the VMware connector and then use VMware Horizon Cloud Console to establish the connection between the VMware tenant and Windows 365 tenant. So every customer will have two tenants, a VMware Cloud tenant and their Windows 365 tenant. In the VMware tenant, you'll have your VMware Horizon licenses, and in the Windows 365 tenant, you'll have Windows 365 Enterprise licenses and cloud PCs provisioned for your users. Using Entra ID, we authenticate and authorize each service to talk to one another and use the same Entra user identities between services. Moving to the user onboarding, after we established connection between the two tenants, we can entitle Entra users or groups from the VMware Horizon Cloud and initiate the onboarding for users inside Windows 365. These users are the ones we'd like to enable BLAST on their cloud PCs. I can pick and choose which users get to use BLAST and even leave some users by default using Remote Desktop. Once these users are entitled, VMware will sync this state over to Windows 365, including all the metadata needed to perform the VDA installation and registration. Windows 365 will receive this signal through the partner API and go ahead and onboard the cloud PC into VMware Cloud. At this point, BLAST is enabled, and the user can connect from their VMware Horizon client to their cloud PC. And really, it is that simple. Check the box for a user in the VMware Cloud Console to use the BLAST protocol, or uncheck the box to disable BLAST and roll back to a default Remote Desktop. Windows 365 will handle everything else for you. Now that my user is entitled, the VDA has been registered, and BLAST is enabled, let's see what does the user connectivity look like. By default, Cloud PC users connect via Windows 365 infrastructure over remote desktop. But Blast-enabled users will connect to their Cloud PC using the VMware Horizon client. This can be via the native VMware Horizon app on Windows or any other platform, or alternatively via the VMware Horizon web client. Instead of connecting via the Windows 365 network infrastructure, the Blast connectivity goes through the VMware Cloud infrastructure and VMware Gateway. This allows the Blast session optimization and security controls to apply and provides the familiar Blast end-user experience. We even switch the end-user experience in the native Windows 365 end-user portal, and I will show you in a demo how that looks like. To make all this work, there is no need for any new infrastructure, no connectors, gateways, or storefronts. Everything flows via the VMware Horizon Cloud service and is as simple as the native Windows 365 experience. Now, before I show you some demos, let's briefly talk about prerequisites. First, you'll obviously need Windows 365 licenses to create Cloud PCs on behalf of your users. These licenses are purchased like any other Windows 365 license today. Next, you'll need VMware Horizon for Windows 365 licenses. You can purchase or use existing VMware Universal License packages, which VMware Horizon for Windows 365 are part of. These licenses are purchased through your regular VMware sales channel. You'll need to meet all the normal Windows 365 prerequisites such as Entra ID and Microsoft Endpoint Manager, as this functionality doesn't change. Endpoint management, like configuration and provisioning, are still performed in Intune, and identity still depends on Entra ID. But if you're looking at the hybrid joint deployments, VMware Horizon Cloud provides the flexibility to integrate with your existing identity solutions as well. Finally, you'll need sufficient permissions in both Intune and Entra ID to set up the connectors, but other than that, that's it. It's very easy to get started using Blast on Windows 365. You also have comprehensive documentation available with all the prerequisites and setup steps available on learn.microsoft.com. Now, let me show you some demos and how to get onboarded and end-user experience connecting via the VMware Horizon client. The first thing you need to do is to enable the VMware connector on the Windows 365 tenant level. We added the VMware connector enablement in the existing Intune UI under the tenant administration, connectors and tokens, and Windows 365 partner connectors. Here, you can select the VDI provider you want to connect to. As we are currently in a preview period, you will notice the preview tag until we release the GA under the VMware connector. Enable VMware connector in Intune is literally a single click, which will allow users to use VMware Blast protocol to connect to their cloud PCs. To enable VMware connector, a user must be a member of the global admins or Intune admins group. So I will enable the VMware connector, and that will be all admins need to do to enable VMware integration on the Intune side. If the connector is turned off, no new PCs can be enabled to use VMware, and turning it off will give existing clients a 7-day grace period before disabling it for them and uninstalling it from all cloud PCs. As I'm going to show you now here, once enabled for the Windows 365 tenant, the admin will need to go to the VMware Horizon Cloud to connect that Windows 365 tenant with VMware tenant to complete the two-way integration and to assign licenses to individual users. Once the integration is completed on both sides, VMware will start sending status updates every 1 hour to Intune about the service health, as you can see here, and possible URL changes in VMware environment. Once admin enabled VMware connector in Intune, the next step is to enable integration in the VMware Cloud. In Horizon Cloud, I will go to the Windows 365 service, and it is a very simple process. All you need to do is enter your global admin credentials and accept required permissions, clicking on this connect button. Since I already established connection between these two tenants, this is disabled. Once completed, you connected your Windows 365 tenant with VMware tenant and enabled access to Entra users and groups from the VMware Horizon Cloud. You have now completed one-time steps to connect to tenants and set up the environment. Assigning a VMware Horizon for Windows 365 license to users is the last step to enable Blast experience for cloud PC users. For that, you need to go to Resources in your Horizon Cloud and open the pull groups. The specific pull groups you're looking for is Windows 365 Cloud PC group. And from there, you have access to existing VMs and existing entitlements. In the entitlement section, you have a list of all users who already have Windows Cloud PC provisioned for them and Windows 365 for BLAST licenses assigned to. Clicking on the Entitle button would allow IT admin to have access to Entra, users, and groups as needed. I'm going to select User, and you will search for specific users that you want to assign license to. Selecting all users that you need and clicking on the Entitle button here is automatically sending the license information with all the registration details to the previously connected Windows 365. Windows 365 picks that up and installs the VMware agent on previously provisioned Cloud PC and gets the Cloud PC ready for use with the BLAST protocol. And that's how simple it is. It is all automatic process and will take care of all of that for you. There's no VDA deployment, no registration, no PowerShell scripts, nothing like that to enable this integration. In the next demo, I'll show you the user experience running Cloud PC via the VMware BLAST protocol from the VMware Horizon client. As a user, I have two options, using the native VMware Horizon client or using a web client. Let me show you the web experience first. With VMware license assigned to the user and installed automatically on the Cloud PC, Remote Desktop Client's download section is also adjusted, so the user also has an option to download and install the appropriate VMware Horizon client and run Cloud PC from the native tool, as you can see here. I'll start with the standard Windows 365 web client information worker portal, logged in as a Cloud PC user. Since I registered a VMware license for this user, BLAST took over RDP, and I have Open in VMware option to start my Cloud PC. Clicking that button, I will open the VMware Horizon client in a web browser. When a user with the VMware Horizon license registered to their Windows 365 account, it opens a VMware Horizon web or native client. The provisioned Cloud PC will show up in their console, ready to be started. I'll start my Cloud PC, which will open in web browser ready to use. I need to grant certain permissions for this Cloud PC, and I'm ready to log in. I'm not going to log in now, but this is the login screen for my Cloud PC. Next, let me show you the native VMware Horizon client. I have the same Cloud PC as I had in my web client, and the overall user experience is very similar, just richer in options that I have available here as a user. Starting the Cloud PC from the native client will open it in a native desktop viewer, providing the best user experience and performance to the user. From the VMware Horizon client, you would have access to all your other potentially VMware provisioned virtual machines, whether they're on-prem or in cloud. In this view demo, you've seen how we associated our two services within a matter of minutes. We enabled BLAST for my user and connected it to a Cloud PC over BLAST. We made it as simple as it can possibly be. Here are useful links to the Microsoft Learn portal when you can get all the required guidance and information. We've launched a public preview in August at VMware Explore, and I invite all interested customers to join the public preview, test it, and share your feedback with us. I hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the VMware Horizon with Windows 365 integration, and I look forward to see your organization seeing the benefits of this partnership. Thank you.